I'm here in the Wall Garden at Cunan Valley Park, a project part funded by the Lancashire Environmental Fund. Once again I have the pleasure of introducing this year's short film highlighting a snapshot of some of the projects recently supported by the fund. This year has seen the fund reach a major milestone, receiving its 20 millionth pound from our main donor, Suez Recycling and Recovery. LEF has had a long-term relationship with Suez for 18 years, and along with a continuing partnership with Lancashire County Council, Lancashire Wildlife Trust and Community Futures, LEF ensures that all the landfill tax money raised through landfilling waste in the county is spent in the county, helping communities and improving the environment.
Hello, I'm Ian Harper. I'm the West Pennine Moors Biodiversity Officer for the Catchment Team West of United Utilities. We're here today as part of the operation to lift in the flagstone and materials that we require to continue some of the work that was started in the 1990s to put a footpath across Spittler's Edge on Anglesart Moor. As part of the drive to improve raw water quality that enters our reservoir system and through to the treatment works, United Utilities have identified that moorland restoration in the terms of erosion control, grit blocking, holding water back is extremely important. As part of that process, it was identified that Spittler's Edge was badly eroded and was adding to the problem at the headwaters. Part of the process to improve the colour and turbidity in the water, raw water, we've imported a number of flagstones and employed a contractor to do a process called subsoiling to invert the clays and stone from underneath, bring it up and create a solid footpath. This will improve the moorland area in terms of flora and fauna. It will encourage heather, grasses and other dwarf shrubs to colonise the bare peat, and it will vastly improve the area for the walkers who enjoy the area. Without the assistance of the LEF, we wouldn't have been able to achieve the full length that will continue through to where works finished in the 1990s and 2000.
Hi, I'm Nick Brooks. I'm the General Manager at Martin Mere for the Wildfowl and Wetlands Trust. And welcome to the Discovery Hide here that opened in November. Thanks very much in part to a grant from the Lancashire Environment Fund, without which this would not have been possible. As you can see, the view from this new hide is absolutely fantastic, and it's especially great for beginner bird watchers. Many of our families that come here that aren't sophisticated twitchers can come in here and get their first taste really close up of the wildlife that we have, which at this time of year, hopefully you can see behind me, are our whooper swans all the way from Iceland. When we do the feeding in front of the hide, those swans come right up to the window. And we have a system in the hide where people can look for the rings on the legs of the swans and type the numbers into a computer screen and actually find out the life histories of the swans they're viewing. So the hide is very important to us at Martin Mere because what it does is it opens up a whole new world of conservation and close experiences with the wild birds on the reserve that people don't get in the grounds with the collection birds. And what we found in the collection was that families who come to us weren't actually going on to the nature reserve. So this hide has now been built within the grounds, making it really easily accessible to families to get a real close-up experience of nature. And they're coming in their droves, especially at the swan feeding time, and small children can get right up close on small chairs that we put out for them when the swans are just right next to them. It's a fantastic experience for them. Also, the other major benefit of this new hide and its design is the fact that our disabled visitors can also get really close up to the wildlife, and it's wheelchair accessible, and you can take your wheelchairs right up to the windows for a really great view, something that you can't really do in traditional birdwatching hides.
Hello, my name's Catherine Bradshaw and I'm the chair of the Friends of Williamson Park. Today we're in Williamson Park in this lovely sunshine for the official opening of the new play area. We've got the new woodland play area at the bottom of the hill, which was helped designed by the Year 5 children at Barham School. So they've come to the opening today to open it and to test it out. We also have a new area for younger children at the top of the hill, which has a new surfacing. We've had all the drainage fixed and it has nice new equipment in there. There's a nice boat that you can climb on and go underneath.
Hello, my name's Gary Harley and I'm pond manager for Barretts and Jays Angling Club. The project we're involved with here today is the construction of a solar powered borehole pumping system to help top up the water on our fishing pond, whose only source of water is reliant upon rainfall. So the project that Lancashire Environmental Fund are kindly funding for us consists of digging a borehole to 45 metres or 150 feet. We used the services of a dowser, Peter Taylor, who has identified two sources of water at different depths, exactly where the borehole is to be constructed. When the borehole is completed, it will be capped off. Then the second phase of the project will begin, and that is to install 6 photovoltaic panels on the island in the middle of the fishing pond. We will then be pumping water using the power of the sun, and we'll be pumping up to 20 cubic metres per day through the months of May, June, July and August. The water will simply circulate from the ground through the pond system, and then will drain away through the ditches and back down to the River Lostock. So by the power of the sun, we're simply recirculating the water, which fits perfectly with our ecological aims of the project.
Sherwood Marine Gardens Inclusive Play is a simple but effective project that has created a totally inclusive play area with a range of play equipment for children and teens. With its seaside location and wonderful views across Morecambe Bay, this is a great destination for families to enjoy, a wealth of sensory and play experiences. LEF supported the installation of a wheelchair accessible roundabout, sit-up swing, sensory play area with play panels and orbs and a rainmaker.
My name's Lindsay Gourdy and I'm from Stirling in Scotland. We've come down for a holiday down on this coast and came across this fabulous park in Fleetwood. Wonderful things for every child. My boys have had a wonderful day. It's lovely and sunny, but I don't think it would matter whether it was sunny or not. They've come along and they've been running around having fab fun on all of the things that are down here.
This inclusive play is part of a wide range of facilities at the Marine Gardens, including a kickabout area, sand play and a splash pad, as well as lots of opportunities for traditional play. Whatever your age or ability, there is something here for everyone, and there's an added bonus of being by the seaside as well.
My name's Sarah Robinson and I'm the Haytime Officer for the Forest of Bowland AOMB, and today we're here in the meadows at Belsykes in Slaidburn. These meadows are designated as SSSIs and also as internationally recognised as special areas for conservation. We're in the middle of July now, and as you can see the meadows are in full flower. We got the great bonnet, knapweed behind me and other later flowering species. The project that LEF have helped to fund is called Wildflowers for the Meadows. This project is enabling me to work with 6 different community groups, and we're working together to harvest and grow on into plug plants lots of these later flowering species. These little plug plants will then be put out into new meadows that we've restored. The later flowering species are really important because they extend the summertime period for the pollinators and enable more different types of insects to live in the meadows. These meadows are becoming incredibly rare. For every 100 meadows that used to be anywhere in England and Wales and Scotland before the Second World War, of those 100, only 3 are left now. And to date, over the last 4 years, we've created 25 new meadows just from this site. But it's really important for us to get these later flowering species in to those restoration sites, and that's why we're working with community groups to help us to do that. The more people who can get involved, the better. And it's something that people can do on many different scales, just having a few plants that they put together or a bigger scale. We normally seed into little trays in September, and the plugs then start to grow in the springtime and are often ready to plant out into the meadows that September. Sometimes they take a bit longer and they need to be about a year old before they get big enough to be put out into the meadow.
Good afternoon, my name's Sharon Jones and I'm the director at Samsbury Hall here. Here we are today, we're actually in the grounds of the Beaton Heritage Centre, I do hope you can see the beautiful flowers behind me that are specifically planted to attract the bees here. We have hopefully made ourselves sustainable by having funding from the Lancashire Environmental Fund, which has enabled us to open up these whole grounds to bees and to bee-friendly plantings and flowers. We also have in the Heritage Centre culinary herbs, medicinal herbs, all of which have their own flowers, which enable the bees to carry on producing the honey for Britain. The good thing about the bees here at Samlesbury is we have black bees, and black bees are the indigenous bees of Britain. What we're trying to do is reintroduce and encourage the black bees. They are a part of Britain's heritage. They are keeping these beautiful gardens here sustainable, and they are enabling Samlesbury to produce its own honey, which is fantastic for us too. The black bees are a lot less aggressive than the black and yellow bees that we all know, which is nice. They don't produce quite as much honey, but they're much better for the local community, and they work so well within the British plants. I'm actually sitting at the moment in an allotment of which there are plants produced to eat and plants produced for the flowers. But all behind me and behind these areas are wildflower plants, any kind of wildflowers, medicinal herbs, all mint, lots of mint varieties, all to keep the whole an interesting place for people to visit and, more important, to learn about the British bee.
Hello, my name's John Arbour and we're here in Padiham this morning to have a look at the pump track, and also to thank the Lancashire Environment Fund for their generous contribution to extend this well-used facility. As you can see, many children of all ages use this facility. It's really popular, and it's been here now for about 18 months to a year. We're hoping to extend the facility so that older kids can also use it. It's been well appreciated by the people of Padiham, and as you can see this morning, it's very busy, and as it is every day. The contribution what's been made from the Environmental Fund has been essential for us to progress this project.